welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, for the inaugural race of the JBSRL SRX series. They just came out on the service not too long ago, and Matt Moniak and Scott Snodgrass jumped all over it. They wanted to see these in the JBSRL lineup, bringing us back to 3 days of racing. We haven't been there in over a year. So, huge trust in these guys. This is the league that I own. So, along with Warlord Gaming, I am the owner of JBSRL. We race Mondays, Wednesdays, and now Thursdays. If you guys are interested in coming out here and joining these guys, just jump in the Discord, get your number, and we will get the invite out to you. If you want the Discord link, pop in the chat. Let us know. We will get that link out to you guys. First race is going to be crazy, guys. They are heading to Five Flags. This very, very fast half-mile track. It's world famous. Always hosts a snowball derby every year. One of my favorite tracks on the service. I wish I would be out here with these guys tonight. But committing to broadcasting so we can bring this out into the light and let everybody see what these guys can do. Whether you're watching from Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, we welcome you in. It's going to be an amazing, amazing night of racing. So, a little bit on the format. These guys will not have qualifying. It will be a random draw. I believe something with practice has to do it. I don't know how iRacing exactly calculates it. But we will be jumping into heat races. They are 10-lap heat races with a full invert. After that, we will jump into, I believe tonight is a 50-lapper. Let me go in and see. Looks like it will be 75 laps here at Five Flags. Definitely going to be an amazing time to watch these guys duke it out. These are a lot more difficult cars than what guys had originally assumed, I believe. Hey, Richie, thank you for checking in through Facebook, buddy. Good luck tonight. See you up there sitting P3 on the board currently. Hopefully, you can come off to an inaugural win tonight. But these cars, they were a little bit more difficult than what guys were thinking originally. The best thing I can say is they are an 87 power with the weight of the 87s, but the body of a late model. From personal experience with these cars, it's one very early let off, let the car roll. You know, you gotta obviously have some brake in there. And once you can get around and get back on the gas, try not to get her loose. These are true stock cars. They are amazing to drive. They are really fun to drive. But we'll just have to see exactly what is going to happen with these guys. 19 cars in the session. Currently only 18 have put down a lap time. It's going to be an insane amount of racing as we are about to jump into our first heat races of the night. And heat race number 1 shows Becky Snodgrass being on the pole. Becky has improved so much within her time in JBSRL. Can't wait to see what she does in these SRX cars. Richie Joplin to her outside. Richie is definitely always one to watch with Kirk Marble and Scott Snodgrass, row number 2. And it'll be Jackson McLean and Lucas Hoitzma. Row 3. And you have Cody Kennedy and Brian Hewitt making up row 4. And rounding out the field of 10 is Jacob Van and Brandon Bowmaker. Pace truck lights are off. Becky's getting ready to lead us down to the start of race number 1. Pace truck pulls off. And green flag is in the air. Becky does take off. Richie and Kirk looking to the outside, hoping to gain that momentum. Richie does clear her. Kirk will too, going into down the backstretch. Side-by-side racing, 3 wide racing further back in the pack. Don't know how long these guys will be able to hold that up. As Becky shoots up into the wall, unfortunate. A couple cars go round in the back, no caution as of yet. Richie Joplin now out to a comfortable half-second lead over Kirk Marble. These two used to battling it out on Wednesday nights. Jackson McLean, you've always seen him on the dirt do well. He's stepped up his game on asphalt. Decides to come out here, and he's specifically wanting a berth into our All-Star race at the end of the year, so he's looking for that win in the SRX series. Lucas Hoitzma has worked his way up into 4th with Cody Kennedy up 2 spots into 5th. Biggest mover of the night so far is Brandon Bowmaker, who is now up into 3rd. Had an issue, looks like Cody Kennedy and Richie Joplin involved. Let's go take a quick look here. Oh, it happened with Richie. Just gets loose into that turn 1 wall, unable to lock down the brakes, and collects a couple of guys. Four laps to go, and Kirk Marble is in the lead with Jackson McLean right on his bumper. Can Jackson make a move and get his first heat race victory in JBSRL? He's looking to the low side in 3 and 4. And coming off 4, give it to McLean at the line. We have a battle for heat race number 1, 2 to go. Can Marble get up there and do anything? We will have to see. Brandon Bowmaker currently sitting 3rd as he's fighting off Scott Snodgrass and Lucas Hoitzma. White flag is out. McLean out to almost a half-second gap now over Marble. This has to make it around one more time. Give it to McLean at the line. Marble in 2nd. Snot did get around Bowmaker. Come in on the podium, and then it'll be Bowmaker, Hoitzma, Hewitt, Van, with Joplin, Kennedy, and Becky Snodgrass all laps down. Heading into our 2nd heat race of the night. On the pole, you do have Deegan Smith out of Davis Junction, Illinois. To his outside is longtime JBSRL member Vern Spring. Brad Ronning is sitting 3rd with Clint Woolbright making the outside of row number 2. David Hoitzma and Matthew Moniak make up row number 3 with Chad Benson and Joey Smith, row number 4. And rounding out the field is Justin Swafford. They get going. We will have 2 pace laps and back into action for heat race number 2 before getting into a 75 lap feature. There is no cautions during the heat races for any JBSRL series. So if these guys are going around, we will not have a caution. And they will have to make up ground in the feature tonight. Pace truck pulls off. Deegan Smith will lead us to the green, and he fires. We are going for heat race number 2. Deegan will lead them into 1 and 2. Vern Spring going up high. Shot it too hard into 1. And now has to fight with Brad Ronning on the low side. As David Hoitzma also looking there on the low side for P3. Can Vern hold him off? Side by side through most of the pack so far. As Hoitzma just gets on the gas too hard, sends it around. That will send him to the back of the pack. And allow Vern to take P3 comfortably. As Moniak and Clint Woolbright are setting their sets on that podium. Trying to charge and get up there to Vern. Joey Smith and Justin Swafford, P6 and 7, with Benson and Hoitzma rounding out the field in heat race number 2. Deegan Smith now out to almost a 2.5 lead over Ronning. And now hopefully cruise and be able to get his victory for the night before heading into our feature. Vern Spring now in the clutches of Matt Moniak for 3rd. That's the best battle on the track so far. As Vern just loops it going into 1 and 2. We saw Richie Joplin do it. Looks like everybody does clear him, and Vern Spring will get back going. That gives Moniak P3 for the moment. Clint Woolbright looking to get up there and contest for that podium position. 4 laps to go. Does he have enough time? We shall see. Swafford, biggest mover of heat race number 2, up 4 positions into 5th. He's definitely doing everything he can to chase down Moniak and Woolbright. Ronning now 2 seconds behind Smith, but almost a 2.5 seconds in front of Moniak. Oh, he loses it! And it looks like that was possibly... Who was in that red car? It's like Chad Benson gets into him. Unfortunate for Benson. But with that mistake, 1 lap left. Moniak and Woolbright. Can Woolbright make any moves to get on up to P2? Doesn't look like he will have the chance. Smith, Moniak, and Woolbright, your podium with Swafford, Joey Smith, Hoitzma, Ronning, Benson, and Vern Spring rounding out the field. And as we have a 5-minute warm-up, guys, enjoy the sights and sounds of Five Flags, and we will be back with you for the feature. And like that, guys, let's get into tonight's feature grid. Jackson McClain will be on the pole with Deegan Smith to his outside. Both of them showed tons of speed in their heat races. Kirk Marble in the P3 position will have Matthew Moniak to his outside. Row 3, Scott Snodgrass and Clint Woolbright, with row 4 being Brandon Bowmaker and Justin Swafford. Lucas Hoytsma and Joey Smith make up row 5, with Brian Hewitt and Brad Ronning. Dave Hoytsma, row 6. The rest of the field will be Jacob Van, Brad Ronning, Richie Joplin, Chad Benson, Cody Kennedy, Vern Spring, and Becky Snodgrass. "75 laps, and we will crown our inaugural winner for the SRX Series. Can McClain and Smith run away like they did in the heat race? Or will Justin Swafford come from the mid-pack? Or will we even see Richie Joplin work his way through the field?" Yeah, Dave Hoytsma is in here, so it's going to be an amazing time to see what he can do as well. Colby Whipple in Facebook saying that Dave Hoytsma is good. We'll have to see. Pace truck is off, and we are green flag racing here at Five Flags. Deegan Smith gets a great jump on the outside. We've seen him go up and around, guys, coming out of 2. Can he clear Smith or Jackson McClain? Not yet. McClain fighting back on the bottom, but give it to Deegan Smith that time around. The rest of the field back, all vying for position. Kirk Marble sitting in that 3rd spot. See guys going 3 wide coming out of 4. They are all battling for the 5th through 8th position. They are led by Brandon Bowmaker. Clint Woolbright's in there, Lucas Hoytsma, Justin Swafford, Joey Smith, and Jacob Dave Hoytsma. All fighting in that mid-pack. Deegan Smith out in the lead, but he hasn't jumped out to the lead he had in the heat race number 2. Wonderboy definitely making him work for it tonight. Moniak and Snodgrass, the 2 admins of the series, sitting 4th and 5th. Might have to call a little bit of admin privilege here. And you have Lucas Hoytsma and Brandon Bowmaker, 6th and 7th. Clint Woolbright dropped back 2 positions into 8th. Justin Swafford there as well in 9th, with Joey Smith rounding out the top 10. Richie Joplin has moved up 2 spots as he's fighting with Kennedy on his high side, so he can try to work his way up and be a part of this conversation for the lead. Oh, Jackson McClain diving into 3 and 4, goes around, no caution as of yet. Let's go back and take a little look here. Jackson just sitting there, holding his brakes, trying to just stay out of the way, and looks like Hoytsma has nowhere to go and just comes in and clobbers him there. That will be to the pits for Jackson McClain. Not what he wanted to see in his debut with the SRX. But unfortunate loss of talent for Wonder Boy there will put him laps down. With that, it'll put Kirk Marble. Oh, now we do have a caution. Like the start of it might have been with Jacob Van here. Jacob looking at, oh, someone got into the wall. Looks like Joey Smith. And chaos ensues, collecting 4 cars total. Correction, 5, with Becky coming in late. That will be our first caution of the night. That'll bring these guys back together. So you have Deegan Smith in the lead with Kirk Marble right behind him. Moniak and Snodgrass 3 and 4. Lucas Hoytsma up in 5th. And it's Bowmaker, Woolbright, and Swafford 6th, 7th, and 8th. Joplin and Kennedy make the top 10. Go ahead and pull up the loss of talent himself, Mr. Jackson McClain. What happened out there, buddy?
Me and the leader were both entering pretty hard at the start, and so I got used to doing that, and he started slowing up on entry a little bit once he got comfortable, and I was still entering harder, so I went in there a little hot, stabbed the brake a little too much, and it snapped around him.
Well, we did see you go into the pits and get your fast repair.
Yep.
How many laps down are you, buddy?
That is a good question. Looks like 3. At least 3.
We're showing 4 on our scoring now.
There you go.
Hopefully, are you hoping that you can get back into the race, or are you thinking there's not going to be enough cautions to get your laps back?
We had a caution in the first 10 laps, and I feel like as tires wear out, we'll probably have a few more, so I'm hoping I can get at least a couple of them back, maybe get back up into the top 10, 15.
You definitely have a fast car tonight, Jackson. Hopefully we can see you work your way back up there. Good luck, buddy.
Appreciate it.
All right, they will get lined back up, double file, and ready to fire once again. Deegan Smith will lead them to the green. 16 laps down out of 75. Tons of racing left. Some big movers in there with Richie Joplin and Cody Kennedy now working into the top 10, but can they work up into the top 5? Only time will tell. We are back green at Five Flags. Coming out of 2, Deegan Smith will continue to lead, followed by Kirk Marble. Snodgrass currently has the advantage over Moniak, but can he fight him on the high side? Doesn't clear him into 1 and 2. But I think Snodgrass is loving that high side right now. Getting that momentum. You can definitely make it work here at Five Flags. Oh, and we have a wreck. Oh, no. What happened there? Looks like possibly, I'm showing Justin Swafford was the first one. He was not. Let's go see if we can see what exactly happened here. It's like there was a car spun out, comes down the track. The only one able to make it through cleanly, I believe, was Deegan Smith. I believe that might have been Dave Hoytsma. very quick green flag lap, and we are back under caution again here at Five Flags. So after the carnage in turn 4, we are showing Deegan Smith. You saw he is the only one that made it through there clean. Matthew Moniak now up into P2. Bowmaker 3. Richie Joplin up 11 spots up into P4. Clint Woolbright in 5th. Chad Benson, Cody Kennedy, Vern Spring, Justin Swafford, and Kirk Marble make up your top 10. Jacob Van sitting 11th with Lucas Hoitzman coming out of the pits now in P12. Joey Smith, Becky Snodgrass, Brad Ronning will be your top 15 with Scott Snodgrass, Jackson McLean, and Brian Hewitt. Multiple laps down. Lights on the pace truck will be out. We will be going back green flag racing next time round. Deegan Smith has looked strong all night coming from heat race number 2. Can he hold off Moniak, Joplin, and Bowmaker? It's a tough task, but he may be up to it. Pace truck is off. In the restart zone, and we fire. We are green back at Five Flags here again. Smith gets out to a great start, followed by Moniak, who is able to clear Bowmaker. Joplin falls in line in 4th, but he's got Woolbright looking to his inside. Right behind is Cody Kennedy in that Oreo car. Can he make anything happen? Woolbright goes up high. Can he get the run into 3 and 4? Nope, he falls back into line. It is too early to be making any rash movements for these guys. A lot of them just trying to save tires and get to the end. Further back in the pack, we do have Chad Benson and Vern Spring fighting it out for P number 7. Kirk Marble and Lucas Hoitzma all in the mix. They are trying to go 4 wide. Boys, that is too early. It does not work. This is not Talladega. Still saying 3 wide through 1 and 2. Now there's contact. And carnage ensues. We watched it live, but let's go back and take a quick look and see exactly what happened. You see Chad Benson up on the top. Just contact with the car on the inside and not able to save it. 4 cars involved, but everybody does get back going straight as the Ferrari might have to go to pit road. These guys are wanting to dice it up here a little bit. Oh, monitors died from Brian Hewitt. That's what we're hearing. Unfortunate for Hewitt. But just like real life, these guys have mechanical issues. We can have mechanical issues too with our equipment on the service. Unfortunate for Hewitt. Hopefully he can get back out there. See the free pass car of Joey Smith coming around. He is currently sitting P11 now. It looks like Burton Spring might have had some damage and had to go back down through the pits. But it is Smith, Moniak, Bowmaker, Joplin, and Kennedy, your top 5. We alluded to how difficult these cars can be to drive, especially in a short track setting. These guys are getting very impatient, wanting to make ground and get back up to where they were before the track clearing incident. But just not working out for some guys yet, and contact has been made. Still plenty of time in this race. Guys need to start calming down and racing with their heads. Having some patience will get them up and be able to have a great finishing position tonight. Pace truck lights were off for a moment, but looks like they did delay it one more lap. These guys are getting lined up, double file. Getting antsy to get back on that loud pedal and start running. Looks like this will be the lap. Coming to 35, we will be back green flag racing with the SRX cars here on Thursday night. Deegan Smith has been dominant all night, leading almost every lap, if not every lap. And he will lead us to green once again, and he fires. Gets a great jump over Moniak. Can Moniak clear Bowmaker? He might do it out of 2, and he does. Behind them, you have Cody Kennedy holding on for dear life for 4th position, as you have 2 very good asphalt racers in Joplin and Marble right behind them. Great side-by-side battle between Joplin and Marble. As Joplin will clear him. But look who's there. It is Justin Swafford. Slowly biding his time, trying to make his way to the front. It is definitely his style on Wednesday nights. You don't hear much from him until the end of the race. One of the most patient drivers in the field possibly. See if he can keep that car clean and come home with a great top 5 finish, if not a podium. Deegan Smith and Moniak have worked a little bit of a gap over 3rd place Bowmaker. Moniak trying to save his tires, but keeping Smith within his sights. It's going to be a very interesting time to see as the laps wind down what can happen. As Kennedy looking underneath Bowmaker, can Joplin follow him? Let's get a nice little word with our 4th place runner right now. It's Mr. Richie Joplin. Is that up here in the booth? You got me, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead.
We know you're in a heated battle here. Oh, great save. Don't lose too many positions because of me here, buddy. How are you loving these cars tonight?
Oh, I like them. It's a lot of fun. So far, I've missed most of the wrecks. I like them. They're a little bit of a handful, but I like them.
How's it been racing with guys like Kennedy, Kirk Marble, and Justin Swafford tonight? Guys you see on Wednesday night coming out here and supporting JBSRL on Thursdays.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that they jumped out here and raced with us. I know how them guys race, so I ain't worried about them. Just learning the new guys is all I gotta learn.
You guys have had some great battles tonight, Richie. We'll let you get back to it and start chasing down Marble. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
45 of 75 down. We are over halfway. Your leaders still 1-2 with about a half-second gap between them is Smith and Moniak. Cody Kennedy has worked his way up 14 spots into third, but he has to fight off Kirk Marble, Richie Joplin, and Justin Swafford. You know, all those guys have been saving tires. Can they get it going? As we have a car down in 3 and 4, it is Vern Spring. No caution as of yet. He is back going. Nobody did hit him. See if we can get a word with Mr. Vern Spring. It's Ed up here in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
So, we've seen a couple issues with you tonight. How difficult are these cars?
They're not really that bad, but they require a lot of braking and trail braking, and I've been going back and forth between the broken foot and the good foot. So, you just really can't get on the throttle right away. You gotta ease it on. Kind of gotta steer with it, with the braking and the throttle. So,
Well, are you aware that you are missing a front nose?
what was that?
Are you aware you're missing the front half of your car?
More than likely. I got the car on the inside, made me loose, and then I hit somebody broadside, so it's not handling too bad. But I already used my fast repair last yellow, so.
Well, don't hurt your foot too much trying to brake, buddy. Good luck. Hopefully we'll get to see you work your way back up through the field here. And that was Vern Spring, one of the nicest guys I've ever had a chance to race with. Well, longtime member of JBSRL, so it's always great to see him out here. Let's go back and see what was the cause of that yellow. Looks like an issue with Clint Woolbright. See Clint going down in 3 and 4. And just losing it out of 4. That is the throttle control that you heard Vern talking about. Unfortunately, he caught another car in it, but that is enough to bring out the yellow tonight. So 25 laps to go. It will be Smith, Moniak, and Kennedy, your top 3. Marble, Joplin, and Swafford sitting right behind them, 4th, 5th, and 6th. That is a scary, scary lineup that anybody in that whole group can win. Sitting P7 is Bowmaker, but Smith not making any waves tonight, just trying to hold on to the car. Joey Smith is up 2 spots into 8th, followed by Jacob Van and Vern Spring getting back on the lead lap. Your lap down cars are Ronning, Snodgrass, Woolbright, Becky Snodgrass, Jackson McLean, Chad Benson, Lucas Hoytsma, Brian Hewitt, and Dave Hoytsma all out of the race. Lights on the pace truck will go out. We will be green flag racing once again. 22 laps to go at the line. These guys have been patient. I don't see it holding for very much longer. Pace truck pulls off. Smith in the box, fires, gets another great jump over Moniak. As Cody Kennedy now looking underneath Moniak. Got some touching back here between, looks like Marble and Joplin. Moniak trying to power off. They rub. Cody Kennedy loses the momentum, but still enough to stay under Moniak. Smith is loving it. He's watching it in his mirror. Saying, boys, keep going side by side. Let me run away with this. I want this victory. But Moniak does clear Cody Kennedy. As everybody has single filed out, it is Kennedy in 3rd, Marble in 4th, Joplin 5th, Swafford 6th. had an issue with Cody Kennedy. Let's go back and take a quick little look here. Cody just loses it. Kirk had nowhere to go. Little touch. Doesn't look like too much damage there. Cody's going to be beating himself over that one. Just a little too hard on the throttle coming off 4. Will shoot you around. Deegan Smith still in the lead currently. He's led, if not all, most of the laps tonight. Definitely been the dominant car, but can Moniak get up there and do anything? It'll be about 15 laps to go when we get back green flag racing. Short little sprint for these guys. They can't save tire anymore. But now Moniak's going to have to deal with one of the best in JBSRL. Richie Joplin's going to be looking to the inside, following Smith on this restart. So we're going to see a little bit of reminiscence of the battle with Cody Kennedy, but can Joplin power off the bottom enough to clear Moniak? Marble has been up there most of the day as well. Race with this guy on Wednesday nights. He is always fast in anything he has. But then you have one of the best on asphalt I've ever raced with. I watch him and Joplin go at it every Wednesday night, and that is Justin Swafford. And both Swafford and Joplin have the preferred line. Can they clear the top row, the top row of cars? Possibly gets Swafford up onto the podium in his debut here with the SRX car. Lights on the pace truck are out. He's going back green here once again. Smith will lead him. In the box, he fires. Moniak not getting a great start, and that gives Joplin room going down into 1 and 2. Swafford's going to look to close the gap as well. Joplin clears Moniak, and now Moniak has to worry about Swafford. Car's getting tight off of 4, 13 laps to go. We see massive amounts of battles out here. Moniak still trying to do anything he can on that high side. Now Joplin has set his sights on Deegan Smith up in the lead. Moniak still trying to clear Swafford. A little touch there, even though it was with netcode. And we are back under caution again. Looks like Cody Kennedy and Vern Spring involved this time round. Cody trying to make his way back up front. And Vern, that throttle control once again getting the best of him. And it looks like that was Bowmaker, or correction, that was Clint Woolbright involved as well. Vern, you've had a rough night, buddy. We haven't talked to him yet, but we do have now Mr. Matt Moniak in the booth with us. With 10 laps to go, you got any hopes of getting back around Joplin?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I can get the run on the inside here, and maybe I can move Deegan up and out of the way and grab a dub. But if I finish top 3, in the series debut, that'll be a great thing.
Well, you and Scott Snodgrass did a great job bringing your guys' vision to fruition here. We love seeing it on Thursday nights, bringing a third night for the first time in JBSRL history for at least a year and a half. Are you happy with the car count tonight? Are you happy with the racing product? Like, what's your thoughts on everything?
The car count's pretty good. Obviously, couldn't have done this without you and Scott. For the racing, it's going to get better. You know, everybody's still trying to learn this car. It's, you know, we've got some kinks to work out, but all in all, it's going pretty good. I can't complain for a first race.
It's great to be seeing you up here, especially racing with some of these Nowski boys and seeing some names that I've never even seen before come out here and race the SRX car. It's been great competition. Hopefully you can get underneath Joplin here, but man, you've had shitty restarts all night long.
That I have. I'm not really strong in restarts, but on the long run, I start getting the car rolling, and then I really have a good chance, but it's all going to be on the restart right here, so we're going to try to pull them tight and see what we can do.
All right, buddy, you're going to have about 7 or 6 laps left. Have a nice little shootout here. Good luck.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So that was league admin and the guy that really put all this together for JBSRL, Matt Moniak. We can't thank him and Scott enough for bringing this out here on Thursday nights. It's my privilege to come in, broadcast this. You know, as the owner of JBSRL, I want to see this succeed. And if you want to come out here and race with us, come on out here. Get into Discord, get your number, come race with some of the best. Pace truck is off. Deegan Smith will lead him once again. Moniak gets a little bit better of a restart that time and will hang Joplin up on the high side in 1 and 2. We have seen Joplin be able to power around guys on that high side. Gets a little too hot into 3 and 4. Gives Moniak the advantage that time. Gonna have to bring it down a little bit. These guys have to figure it out quick, otherwise they will not be able to catch Deegan Smith, who is now out to a 7/10 of a second gap. Moniak, a little bobble, same with Joplin. Kirk Marble sitting there trying to say, boys, get your shit together and let me by. Great double file action here, side by side. You love to see it. Rubbin is racing. You're going to see them hit each other by the end of it. A car up in 1 and 2. Looks like everybody does get around, so no caution as of yet. Brian Hewitt, thank you for the subscription, buddy. We appreciate it. Marble trying to give Joplin a push as Joplin clears Matt Moniak into 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. Now the fight is on for that final podium spot. Can Marble get around Moniak? He only has 1 lap to do it. Deegan Smith has checked out. He can cruise to his first victory with JBSRL. Marble doing everything he can. Moniak throws the block high. Little bit of contact. Can Marble get around? Oh! Contact coming to the line, but Moniak does still come home on that podium position. Marble 5th. Justin Swafford up in, Marble 4th. Justin Swafford into 5th. And it's Bowmaker, Kennedy, Van, and Joey Smith on the lead lap up to 9th. Then it's Ronning, Becky Snodgrass, Vern Spring, Clint Woolbright, Scott Snodgrass, McLean Benson, Lucas Hoytsma, Brian Hewitt, and Dave Hoytsma will round out the field. Let's wait for these guys to get lined up here. We will get into our post-race interviews. Now, we did just talk to him. Well, let's pop him up here. It is Mr. Matt Moniak. Buddy, I was rooting for you, but you just... nope, that is Cody Kennedy. Just a second. Grabbing the wrong people here tonight. We have Mr. Matt Moniak up here now.
Yes, sir.
Buddy, we just talked to you. We told you you needed a better restart. You got a little bit, but man, you just let him by you, didn't you?
You know, I didn't want to take us both out. I figured I'd rather have it be a close finish, and I knew that if I was going to jump on any harder on the pedal, I was going to spin it myself. So I was just trying to play a little bit of defense. I got to thank Kirk for trying to run me clean there all the way to the end.
Yeah, you guys did have a little bit of bumping there at the end, but man, hard racing all around. What a great finish. I know as the series promoter, you have to be happy with that finish.
Oh, yeah. Talk about some extra fireworks, and I mean, it was one heck of a show, I think, all the way to the end.
Well, great job. P3 for your first time out here with the SRX. It's going to be a great way to get going with the championship. Great night overall. You looking forward to next week?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely excited for next week to come already.
With it being Lanier, what's your expectations for a smaller track than what we see here at Five Flags?
Expectations really is just going to be a little bit more patience. Here we're able to get on the throttle a little bit harder. We can stay in it longer. Linear is going to be more of being more finesse, letting off, rolling through the turns, trying to keep your nose clean. When there's going to be wrecks there, they're going to be bigger than what they were here tonight.
Well, hopefully you guys can have the patience to get through another 75 lapper at a smaller track. We'll see you next week, buddy. Great debut.
Sounds good, and thank you for everything that you do.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and see if we can pull up the right guy now. We spoke to him during the race. We had to put a little bit of pressure on him, but now pressure's off, Richie. You came home P2. How did it feel to come out here and be a good, dominant force with the SRX cars?
I love these cars. I like the way they drive. Me and Marble and Matt and Justin and Kennedy, man, we was running door to door, rubbing it a little bit, and the cars didn't get upset. Like some of the other cars you race, you can't really touch nobody or they're wrecking. But we was sitting there just racing and having fun, door banged a little bit, and I started 15th and came back second. I
up 13
have to take
spots.
I'll take that.
You were definitely the biggest mover of the night. That's why we are saying you had a dominant finish. Now, you had a little bit of luck getting around some of the wrecks. You had some issues with Moniak. If Moniak wasn't there on that final restart, you think you had anything for Deegan?
Deegan was pretty fast. He started pulling from me, so I don't know exactly, but he kind of snookered me at the start too. So I don't know. I might have had something for him. I could have rattled his cage, maybe. I don't know. He was fast. He ran a good race, and he just stayed out front far enough where he could pace himself and not use his stuff up.
Great debut to the brand new season. I know you're looking forward to next week. We'll see you there at Lanier, buddy. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, guys, and finally, he's not on track anymore, so we don't get a view of his beautiful, beautiful car. But it will be Mr. Deegan Smith coming in. You're a brand new name to JBSRL. Heck, I didn't even know you were in the Discord. You come out in a dominant fashion and win your very first event. How did it feel, buddy?
It feels good. It's always pretty cool to come out and dominate the first race that you're in.
Now, the guys that were behind you had to work their way up through the pack. Do you think that maybe if they were up there and had a better start like you did, that they may have been able to save enough to get to you in the long run?
Maybe. I really won't know. If I would have started towards the back, maybe, but I feel like with me being out front, they couldn't really stand with me because they were losing tired, driving throughout the field.
Oh yeah, clean air is always the best thing to have in racing. You led, if not every lap, almost every lap tonight. Dominant win. Are we going to see you out at Lanier next week?
Yeah, I'll be there next week.
Okay, well, hey, great start with your career here at JBSRL. We look forward to seeing what you can do next week. Amazing victory once again. Great run, man.
Thank you.
And guys, that will do it for the inaugural event with the SRX cars here at Five Flags. It's been an amazing series. I've been watching it grow through recruitment, the ups and downs of getting this series going. I cannot commend, both Matt and Scott enough. They've done a great job of putting this all together. I cannot wait to see where it goes. And great racing all around. These are true stock cars. Like, the closest thing to old school stock car racing you are going to get is these SRX cars. Like Richie was talking about, you can bump in these, you can grind in them, and that kind of racing is a lot of fun for anybody that's a true racer. Till then, guys, we will be back next Thursday with the next SRX race. But before that, on Tuesday, the asphalt finale for the B Main Bandits. Come on out, check that out as well. We got a great lineup of broadcasts coming up. And until then, guys, keep on sending it in.